Good evening and welcome from the Keith Gilbertson Sports Fitness Center here on the campus of Snohomish High School. We are ready for a big night of girls high school basketball. Two of the legendary programs in the state of Washington, the Wesco 3A Snohomish Panthers, constantly traveling down to Tacoma during tournament time, finished 5th in state last year, and they're going to take on the Kings Knights. They are a 1A team, another fixture at their state tournament over in Yakima. Dan Taylor, the longtime coach, has his team primed and ready to go again this year. Again, two teams, both considered in the top 10 in the state in their state classifications, doing battle in a non-conference game, and we are underway here as we get the broadcast going. Steve Willits along with Todd Elvick, as well as the rest of the STSPN staff that's getting everything ready to go here. They're working hard back in the truck, here in the gym, and even behind the scenes in places we don't know and see. Todd Elvick, how are you tonight?
I'm doing good. I don't know how much I'll be on tonight because my voice is a little bit under the weather.
Okay, fair enough. Tis the season, right?
It is.
Happy New Year to you.
It's terrible.
First time we've seen each other in 2025.
Absolutely. It's great to see you, actually.
Good holiday season?
Oh, yeah.
Let's go ahead and we're going to stand right now and honor America. I'm going to go ahead and turn my voice off now.
Please remain standing.
Capelli Cabinetry, it's not just wood. It's the start of something beautiful. Each grain tells a story, each piece crafted with care, because to us, it's more than just a cabinet. It's a legacy. Our passion is creating cabinetry that reflects your unique style and stands the test of time. Crafted in Snohomish, where every piece becomes a part of your story. Capelli Cabinetry, crafting excellence one cabinet at a time.
Seattle Sports on 710 is your radio home for the Seattle Mariners.
Back, and over the wall for a home run!
Every home run, every strikeout, every Mariners win.
Swing and a miss and a slider, strike three, and it's over.
And catch the game on your smartphone. Download the Seattle Sports app to stream the radio broadcast of every Mariners game.
Goodbye, baseball! A walk-off two-run home run!
Seattle Sports is your home for the Mariners.
And welcome back once again from Snohomish High School, home of the Panthers. Panthers and the Kings Knights getting ready to do battle. Starting lineups have already been announced by public address announcer Joel Boyer, and we are just about ready to get underway. Speaking of Joel Boyer, waiting for him to send us a photo with the three officials' names, so we'll get that to you as soon as he sends that up to us. Snohomish in the home white uniforms, Kings in the dark black, and we are ready to go. The jump ball is thrown up. And here we go. Basketball underway. Snohomish winning the toss. We'll get to the starters here in just a moment. That's Cora Larson handling the ball. Over to Tyler Gildersleeve Styles. Kendall Hammer throws up a three. Misses it, but TGS, as we're going to refer to her from time to time, hustles out to get it. Nice job by the Panthers. Over to the left side, another three ball up. That was Lizzie Allen that missed the shot. And here come the Kings Knights.
Girls first.
Knights starters right now as they work the ball around. Number 4, Molly Kyler held the ball a minute ago, and there's a 3-ball shot up and missed. That was Kat Ellard. Rebound by the Knights, so both teams with an offensive rebound here early. Snohomish not able to do anything with their first board. Let's see if the Knights can do anything. Kaleo Anderson, number 10, holding the ball, dribbles it over, throws it to Ellard. Corner shot. Caitlin Kramer misses, but right there to pick it up and put it in is Kaleo Anderson. We'll be calling her name a lot tonight. Junior, considered one of the best basketball players in the entire state of Washington, set the Kings scoring record a couple of weeks ago with 40 points in a game. A nice job there as Sienna Capelli scores the first bucket of the night for Snohomish, a 2-2 game. Mentioned Caitlin Kramer getting that basket down on the Kings side a moment ago. She's a 5'10" junior wearing the number 2. Molly Kyler, number 4, 5'7" sophomore, also in the starting lineup. There's a steal for Snohomish. Mentioned Kaleo Anderson. She's wearing the number 10. She is only a junior, 6 feet tall. Kat Ellard, who averages 10 points a game, is the 5'9" senior wearing the number 20 for Kings. And Adeline Cox, number 30, a 5'4" junior guard, rounds out the Kings starting lineup. Tyler Gildersleeve-Stiles up and under the defender, can't quite get it to go, and Kings pulls down the board. Your Snohomish starting lineup. Kendall Hammer wears the number 3, 5'7" junior guard. Cora Larson wearing the number 10 as the 5'9" senior guard. As Kaleo Anderson taking on Gildersleeve-Stiles, ball gets knocked out of bounds, and it's Snohomish basketball. The rest of your Snohomish lineup, Lizzie Allen, number 11, has a 5'8" sophomore point guard. Sienna Capelli's wearing the number 13. She's a 5'10" point guard. They got 2 of them out there. That works. She's only a junior. And then Tyler Gildersleeve-Stiles, all-world, wearing the number 34. She's a 6-foot senior forward as Hammer misses another 3. Kings looks to push down on the other end of the court. 2-2 tie here as we are almost coming up on the 2.5-minute mark here in the ball game. Kings, of course, from Shoreline Private School, single A, coached by Dan Taylor, longtime coach of the Knights. And there's a 16-footer, bounces around and comes off the rim. That was Anderson with the shot. Snohomish looking to take the lead. Pass forward, Gildersleeve-Stiles lays it up and in. Nice assist by Capelli on the play, giving Snohomish a 4-2 lead. These two teams both wanting to make a nice showing for themselves here. Kings, interesting situation for them this year as there's a 3-ball up. Bounces high off the rim, comes down into the hands of Capelli, and she's looking to push it for the Panthers. Kicks it up ahead. Gildersleeve-Stiles a little too far under the hoop. Kicks it out. The 3-ball is up off the front of the iron, but Gildersleeve-Stiles pulls down the rebound, and they're going to say she double dribbled as she dropped the ball out of her hands, tried to pick it back up again. You can't do that, and we're going to have a whistle here as our first substitution in the game. Lola Rotondo, 5'11" sophomore, checking in. And there we go. Our guy Joel Boyer down there doing us a solid and sending me the photo of the officials tonight. Darren Fleischman, Pat Kaminsky, and Chad Smith are the trio out there on the court. Nice pass underneath. Kat Ellard has a nice look at it, but can't quite get it to fall. She's going to go to the free throw line as we get our first foul of the game.
That foul is on Panthers number 34, Tyler Gildersleeve.
Gildersleeve-Stiles getting called with the foul, her first. Ellard, who shoots about 83% from the free throw line this year, hits the first one. Ellard, she's a little bit of a can do everything. She can play basketball, and turns out she's pretty smart too. ASB president at Kings High School. That's not an easy job there either. That's a school full of 4.0s and
it's not a gimme.
Overachievers. No, so if you're the ASB president at Kings, you're doing something right. Hammer with another 3. Nice look. Hits off the back of the iron and bounces out. She has yet to hit one of those yet tonight, 0 for 3. Kings looks to push, looking to take the lead. 4-4 game. Anderson with a 3-ball. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
3 for Anderson.
Anderson, by one of the main publications who grades players and evaluates them, has her listed as the number 3 player in the state for the class of 2026. That would be juniors. Take the math off your plate there as Gildersleeve-Stiles misses that one, and she's not happy with herself. Slaps her hands together. Knows that she would have liked to have had that one back. Ball getting worked around into the key. Anderson again. Nice job on TGS. A little flip over to her running mate, Ellard. She hits the 2, and the Knights build a 5-point lead. timeout called by Snohomish, a 30-second timeout. And we're going to keep
When
again.
you buy tires at Les Schwab,
Nice job
you're
on
getting more than just
TGS.
tires.
A little
You're getting
flip over
America's
to her.
best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it. No questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from Les.
9-4 score. Kings with the early lead. 3:37 to go here in the first quarter. Ken Roberts decides he wants to take a quick 30-second timeout. Resets the defense here. By the way, Roberts, this seems strange. We're, 12 games into the season now. The first game that he has coached at Snohomish High School this year. This is their 12th game, but 9 of those first 11 were on the road. There's a 3, left it short. Air ball there as Kings comes down with it. The other 2 games that were played at home, he was in Nashville, Tennessee for his daughter's graduation. So he missed it. Absolutely important. Anderson down low, lays it up and in. She's got 7 already here in the first quarter, and that is the margin right now. 11-4 lead for the Kings Knights. These 2 teams did battle last year on, I believe it was December 27th. As the ball's worked around there right now. Actually, I take that back. January 27th. I didn't have the right month, but I had the right day of the month. Capelli, 8-footer, floater, swish. She's got 4 now, 6-11 score. That game was played over at Mike Martin Gymnasium, the home of Kings, on a Saturday afternoon. Final score was 49-39 in favor of the Knights. I was talking to Ken Roberts about that game earlier, the 21st year Snohomish coach, as Anderson works that out. 3 ball up in the air. She hits. We mentioned she put up 40 a couple of weeks ago against Meadowdale. She's got 10 here in the first quarter. This time, a full timeout for Snohomish. We'll take a break right now. Kings up 14-6. You're watching STSPN. Snohomish coach, as Anderson works that out. 3 ball up in the air. She hit.
You know, you can stand across from the guy and say, you know what, he's got your back. And, you know, that's the guy you're counting on. If something goes wrong, he's going to be there.
In the end, we're fighting for each other.
Here on a team, about 22 of us on the boat. You know them personally, so you know exactly whose life you have in your hands.
Everyone's come together, and everyone's sole mission is to do their job individually as best they can to benefit everyone else in the boat.
I got a brotherhood, and it's a real brotherhood, and it's a loyal and honest brotherhood, and that's what matters.
Welcome back to Snohomish High School. The Panthers with the basketball, trailing by 8 here late in the first quarter. 2:17 left to play. 14-6 lead. Snohomish working the ball around. Nice little pop-up shot there as Lola Rotondo getting on the board for the first time this evening. Her first bucket, 5'11" sophomore. Down low, nice pass there by Anderson. Going for the reverse layup, and they're going to call an offensive foul. That'll be called on Caitlin Kramer. First foul of the game against the Knights. Only the second foul called against the 2 teams combined. We were just talking a moment ago about the time these 2 matched up last year. January 27th, a Saturday game. I believe it was originally supposed to be a night game. Got moved to an earlier time because Snohomish had a big dance that night. Hammer tries another 3, and she's still looking for her first tray of the evening. Nice rebound there for Anderson. She's looking to push. Already got 10 in the game. Kicks it down to Ellard. Ellard spins it out, working the ball around. 4 players for the Knights have touched it thus far. And now make it 5. There we go. Molly Kyler with a 3 ball. She hits. 3rd tray of the quarter for the Knights. They've got a 17-8 lead. Snohomish had a big dance that evening last year when these 2 teams played, and Ken Roberts was pointing out that the girls were concerned about the dance, trying to get ready to go, and they came out flat. They just didn't look prepared. Said in the end, though, it kind of helped them out. He thought it got them readjusted and kind of hit the reset button, and they started playing better after that. So he took that loss as a as a positive. He's hoping not to do the same tonight. And by the way, they've got a big game coming up. That shot by Kramer misses. Gildersleeve Styles on the other end, slows it down, goes up underneath the defender and lays it in. Her second field goal here in the quarter. Cuts that lead down to 17-10. Snohomish with a huge game on Thursday this week, a game that you guys are broadcasting here on STSPN.
Yes, we are.
Tom Lafferty, the Hall of Famer, will be on the call. There's a 12-footer from the side, and Ellard now has 6 points in the game, 19-10. Stanwood and Snohomish, both 2-0 in league play. Both look to be the top two teams in Wesco 3A North. Maybe the top two teams in Wesco 3A period. They're going to be using a seeding committee to determine districts this year. So big game for both of those two teams. You can watch that game at 6:30 and 2 nights from tonight as ball's knocked out of bounds with 4.2 seconds to go. Checking back into the game is Lizzie Allen for Snohomish. And checking in for Kings, Kylie Bankston, 5'7" senior. 4.2 seconds to go. Allen throws it in. Capelli with an open look. It's it. Cuts the lead down to 6. And that is how the quarter will end. Capelli finishes the quarter with 7. We got a little bit of a game going on here. Kings 19, Snohomish 13. You're watching STSPN.
Bickford Ford is celebrating 90 years in business in Snohomish, Washington. When they opened their doors in 1934, things looked a little different. But their commitment to the community and their customers hasn't changed a bit. So when you're in the market for a new vehicle, electric, gas, or something in between, start at the place you can trust. Washington's #1 volume Ford dealership, Bickford Ford, on Bickford Avenue in Snohomish or online at bickford.net.
Corner shot. Caitlin Kramer misses, but right there to pick it up.
Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Yep. Second quarter underway. Kings with a 19-13 lead. Knights with the basketball to start the quarter. And Anderson, the layup underneath the defender. Her 12th point of the game. Is she going to go for another record tonight? Set the school record against a Wesco opponent just a couple weeks ago. She's pacing for it right now. Gildersleeve Styles underneath. Uses the backboard nicely. She's got 6. That's the margin, 21-15. Knights are in an interesting predicament this year, and nice job by Anderson. Looks up, sees Kramer, tries to go up underneath. Nice job of defense by Rotondo, takes it away. Snohomish looking to push. Here comes Capelli. Off to the wing, back to Capelli. Setting up the offense. Styles says, I'll take this long too, and she drains it.
Jumper good for Kyle Styles.
You got a couple of superstars out there. They're looking to put up some big points tonight. Both of them doing their jobs thus far. And we got a 4-point game all of a sudden. Kings leading by as much as 9 back in the first quarter. Leo takes it way deep down into the corner. Bobbled for a moment there by Kyler. Didn't get a chance to ask earlier, but I have a feeling some of these girls know each other pretty well too. As Ellard, long three, a few feet behind the line, and she drains it. She's got 9. 24-17 score. Gildersleeve Styles doing a quick shoe-tie job as Capelli recognizing that her running mate is a little slow to get down there, so she slows it down a bit. Capelli plays for the Northwest Blazers AAU team. I know Kaleo Anderson and Kyler are both on that team too, or Molly Kyler. There's a miss, but an offensive board. 3 ball up. Rims in and out. Nice job by Rotondo to get a hand on it, but knocks it out of bounds. So a few of these girls, and those are just the 3 that I know about, playing together with that Northwest Blazers program. So you know they know a thing or two about each other. And again, I'm going to over-promote it tonight because it's a big deal. Thursday, Snohomish, Stanwood. Stanwood's got a couple of girls that play in that program as well. I know, I think Ella Wortham and Ava Depew off the top of my head also play in that program. And again, those might be the top 2 teams in Wesco. 6:30 Thursday. Watch it. I'm not even broadcasting the game when I'm pushing it, Todd. I like that. I almost called you Tom. I did.
We're all one community here.
3-ball up. Swish. Hits it. Kylie Bingston says, I can get one of those as well, and she does. Largest lead of the night for Kings, 27-17. Hammer on the other side. Hammer time! Kendall Hammer finally gets one to fall. Not for a lack of trying. 27-20. Giving Capelli the assist on the play. Ellard slows it down. Looks to get it over to the right side. Bankston, they finally work it around. Caitlin Kramer misses it. Comes down with her own board. It drives into the lane. Goes up underneath and lays it up and in.
Number 2, Caitlin Kramer.
Kramer, 5'10" junior with her first points of the game. 29-20, and we're going back and forth. It's a yo-yo. Rotundo kicking that one out. Layla King, who just checked into the game a few moments ago, had the ball for a brief moment. Toss up by Rotundo and left it short. Kings comes away with it. Knights with a 9-point lead, 4:41 to go here in the first half. Knights 6-3. Started to mention it a minute ago when we got turned away from some other things going on. There's a ball down low. Nice defense by a couple of different players there. Capelli on the defensive side as well as Allen. Capelli back on the other end, puts up a shot and misses it. And Kyler comes down with it. Kings playing out of that Emerald Conference, and nobody wanted to play them this year. Cedar Park Christian was the only one that said, okay, we'll put you on our schedule. So Kings is basically playing 2 league games this year. Dan Taylor says, you know what, I'll take it. And there's a nice play there as Ellard gets the assist as she finds a cutting Molly Kyler to the bucket. Kyler gets the layup. She's got 5 points now, 31-20. And so Dan Taylor said, you know what, we're just going to load up our schedule with tough non-conference opponents, and we'll get ourselves ready for state. Now, those teams that are avoiding Kings, they have to play them in districts. Hammer misses that one badly. Rebound comes down to Kings. So they've been playing a handful of Wesco teams. I think this is their 4th Wesco game now this season. They went to Hawaii during the break and played a tournament over there. We'll talk about that later on as that ball hits off the back iron and bounces out. And we're going to get yet another timeout from Snohomish. This is their 3rd timeout already. Take a quick break. Kings 31, Snohomish 20. You're watching STSPN. Games this year. Dan Taylor says, you know what, I'll take it.
And there's something beautiful. Each grain tells a story, each piece crafted with care, because to us, it's more than just a cabinet. It's a legacy. Our passion is creating cabinetry that reflects your unique style and stands the test of time. Crafted in Snohomish, where every piece becomes a part of your story. Pelly Cabinetry, crafting excellence one cabinet at a time.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from Les.
Go.
3:28 to go here in the first half. Kings holding on to the 31-20 lead. Snohomish is going to inbound the basketball. Just reading an email here during the break a moment ago. Dan Taylor, the coach of Kings, sent this to me late this afternoon, so we didn't get a chance to put it into the notes. So I'll just read it almost verbatim up here when we get a chance as Snohomish works the ball around. Largest lead of the game for Kings right now is Gildersleeve Stiles holding on to it up at the top. Tries to get down low, kicks it out to Hammer. Hammer driving into the key, pulls up, kicks it out to Capelli in the corner, bounces around, and they're going to call it off. Ball bounced on the top of the backboard, which is considered out of bounds.
The superstructure.
You know what? If you're playing horse, Capelli's going to put an H on somebody there.
Oh, yeah.
Fortunately, in the game, though, you can't do that. Right, Todd?
Yeah, well, you can't bounce it off the superstructure.
You cannot bounce it off the superstructure. So Kings with the basketball now, 31-20 lead. I mentioned it during the second quarter, I think, is nice play over the top. And what are they going to call? 3 in the key on Anderson. Capelli trying to front her there. They went over the top of her, but they said, no, Kaleo, you're camping in there. You got to have a tent, and we can't be playing basketball if you're going to do that. So Kings went over to Hawaii during the break, and they played in 3 basketball games over there against 3 Hawaiian teams. They were at Hawaii Baptist Academy. And I asked Dan earlier when I was sending him emails earlier in the morning, ball is blocked by Ellard. Right back, however, to Hammer. She tries to go up underneath, and that ball is blocked out of bounds by Kramer. Snohomish is going to hold on to the ball with 7 on the shot clock. But since neither one of Hammer's shots got anywhere near the rim, shot clock is still down at 7. Ball is thrown in. Worked around. 2 seconds to go. Gildersleeve-Stiles goes up and draws contact. She's going to head to the line for only the 3rd and 4th free throw attempts in the game by either team. As Kat Ellard's the only other one that shot a free throw tonight. Speaking of Kat Ellard, she picks up the foul on the play. So Dan was telling me they went to a few beaches. 3 of the girls got baptized at the beach at sunset as Gildersleeve-Stiles misses the first free throw. Lizzie Allen checks back into the game for Kendall Hammer. Says they got baptized, 3 of the players. They went to a couple different beaches at sunrise, went to an amazing luau, went to Pearl Harbor. They hiked. They watched fireworks at one of the Hawaiian players' houses on New Year's Eve. And that ball's missed. So Gildersleeve-Stiles missing both free throws. And they hung out in Honolulu and Waikiki. That's a rough late December, isn't it?
Well, it's terrible.
Nice job there by Kaleo Anderson. She's got 16 now. 2 minutes to go here in the half. We mentioned Kaleo with the 40-point game. The previous record was Savannah Hansen. Savannah playing, I didn't ask the years, but my memory serves me correctly. Probably right around 2015, I think that was. It's been a while now as ball was left short there by Rotundo, hit the front of the rim. 13-point lead by Kings. Rotundo almost coming up with a steal. Shot goes up. Ellard wanted a foul. She didn't get it. Rotundo, nice job on defense. Capelli pushing now. Looking down low. Gildersleeve-Stiles goes up. And they're going to say that was on the shot, so she's going to go back to the line for 2. This time the foul being called on number 23, Bella Trias-Ruiz. Haven't called her name yet tonight. 5'5" sophomore. Yeah, so Savannah Hansen. Oh, here we go. It does say 2015 grad. That's about what I thought. That was the year that Kings won the state championship, by the way.
Was that the year that we did that had that one player that had handlers?
Are you thinking of Corey Kispert? Oh, no, I know. We'll talk about that in a second. No, no, that was much more recent than that. Good memory there, though. Gildersleeve-Stiles hitting a couple buckets there, a couple free throw attempts, 33-22. That would be Haley Van Lith from Kashmir. We did that game back in 2021, wasn't it, right? So
I have no idea. You got the steel trap up there.
We'll talk about that as we go along, too. That was the last time we did a Kings game, and memorable for, unfortunately, some bad reasons as well, as that ball's knocked away. We're going to get a foul called once again on Trias-Ruiz. Yeah, Savannah Hansen, who graduated in 2015 from Kings, she went on to play at Santa Clara and Azusa Pacific. Ended up transferring to Azusa to play with her sister. But no longer has the record. She had it for almost 10 years. Yeah, nice job by Snohomish working it around. The 3 ball is up. Drains it. That's Cora Larson. Capelli gets another assist. That's Larson's first bucket of the game. Got the lead down to 8. Yeah, the last time you and I did a Kings game, it was over at Kings High School. They were playing Kashmir. Haley Van Lith, who's one of the most well-known women's basketball players in the world now, was a high school senior at the time. That ball is blocked by Capelli. Interviewed her after the game. She put up 38, I think, in that game, and 30 in the first half. It was one of the most incredible things I've ever seen at a high school basketball game is Gildersleeve-Stiles misses it. We interviewed her down on the floor after the game, and one of the things we asked her about was 2 weeks before that, Kobe Bryant and his daughter had flown up to watch her play at Kashmir. They were friends. The day after we did that game and we interviewed her, Kobe's helicopter crashed. So, unfortunately.
Ooh, ouch.
And there's the end of the half. Snohomish down by 13 at one point. They go on a 5-0 run to end it and make it a little more interesting here. We're going to take a break right now. At the half, it's the Kings Knights 33, the Snohomish Panthers 25. You're watching STSPN.
At Capelli Cabinetry, it's not just wood. It's the start of something beautiful. Each grain tells a story, each piece crafted with care, because to us, it's more than just a cabinet. It's a legacy. Our passion is creating cabinetry that reflects your unique style and stands the test of time. Crafted in Snohomish, where every piece becomes a part of your story. Capelli Cabinetry, crafting excellence one cabinet at a time.
Bickford Ford is celebrating 90 years in business in Snohomish, Washington. When they opened their doors in 1934, things looked a little different. But their commitment to the community and their customers hasn't changed a bit. So when you're in the market for a new vehicle, electric, gas, or something in between, start at the place you can trust. Washington's #1 volume Ford dealership, Bickford Ford, on Bickford Avenue in Snohomish or online at bickford.net.
The future is threatened by enemies often unrelenting, unexpected, and unpredictable. In the midst of an uncertain and evolving world, the need for Marines to defeat these shifting threats is critical.
Enemy drone down.
Because the need to ensure stability for our nation has never been greater.
Sending coordinates now.
When there are battles to win for America's future, there is one constant: Marines.
Come with us. The new generation. The next level. Sending it big.
You're in for a good run. Let's go.
Come with us to the track, to the trails, to the slopes, to the surf, to the fight, to the race.
Look at this!
To the 4 a.m. starts. Training harder, pushing further, hitting back, hard. To the fans, to the followers, and the haters. Come with us to the blood, to the sweat, and the broken bones. You rehab. We never quit. We never give up. We take control. To the world titles. To the world's first. The world's best. Come with us. We're just getting started.
It's going to be so much fun. I promise you.
Seattle Sports on 710 is your radio home for the Seattle Mariners.
Back, and over the wall for a home run!
Every home run, every strikeout, every Mariners win.
Swing and a miss and a slider, strike 3, and it's over.
And catch the game on your smartphone. Download the Seattle Sports app to stream the radio broadcast of every Mariners game.
Goodbye, baseball! A walk-off 2-run home run!
Seattle Sports is your home for the Mariners.
Corner shot. Caitlin Kramer misses, but right there to pick it up and put it in is caught. Snohomish looking to take the lead. Pass forward. Gildersleeve Styles lays it up and in to take the lead. 4-4 game. Anderson with a 3-ball. Nothing but the Anderson again. Nice job on TGS. A little flip over to her. So he missed it. Absolutely important. Anderson down low. I didn't have the right month, but I had the right day of the month. Capelli, 8-footer, floater, swish. Snohomish coach as Anderson works that out. 3-ball up in the air. She hit to play. 14-6 lead. Snohomish working the ball around. Nice little pop-up this far. And now make it 5. There we go. Molly Kyler with a 3-ball. Sleeve Styles on the other end. Slows it down. Goes up underneath the defender and lays it in. Tom Lafferty, the Hall of Famer, will be on the call. There's a 12-footer from the side. And 2 seconds to go. Allen throws it in. Capelli with an open look. It's it. Setting up the offense. Styles says, I'll take this long two, and she drains it. It was Ellard, long 3, a few feet behind the line, and she drains it. I almost called you Tom. I did.
We're all one community here.
Three ball up. Swish. Largest lead of the night for Kings, 27-17. Hammer on the other side. Hammer time. Misses it, comes down with her own board, drives into the lane, goes up underneath and lays it up and in. Games this year. Dan Taylor says, you know what, I'll take it. And there's a nice play there. Yeah, nice job by Snohomish working it around. The three ball is up. Straight. Corner shot. Caitlin Kramer misses, but right there to pick it up and put it in is caught. Snohomish looking to take the lead. Pass forward, Gildersleeve Styles lays it up and in to take the lead. 4-4 game. Anderson with a three ball, nothing but the Anderson again.
Searching for meaning in a relentless world. Always connected, but somehow alone. Trapped by illusion. We offer another path, where the battle to belong begins. Awakened by a calling, united by purpose, defined by the cause you fight for. It's not about you. Work together, get over the hump. No one can ever take away what it means to be among the few, the proud, the Marines.
At Capelli Cabinetry, it's not just wood. It's the start of something beautiful. Each grain tells a story, each piece crafted with care, because to us, it's more than just a cabinet. It's a legacy. Our passion is creating cabinetry that reflects your unique style and stands the test of time. Crafted in Snohomish, where every piece becomes a part of your story. Capelli Cabinetry, crafting excellence one cabinet at a time.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from Les.
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve. Discovering the purpose and the belonging earned with the title. Learning to dig deep and push through adversity together. Defending our nation and its people. It is a life of great worth and reward. But Marines are never really finished serving. Their commitment comes full circle, visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis, always faithful, always Marine, marking a path for the next generation.
Just about ready for the second half here from Snohomish High School, where the Kings Knights, I almost combined the two schools. Kings Knights leading the Snohomish Panthers 33-25. Your scoring totals for the first half, leading the Kings Knights with 14 points, Kaleo Anderson. Number 20, Kat Ellard with 9. 5 for Molly Kyler, 3 for Kylie Bankston, and 2 for Caitlin Kramer. Tyler Gildersleeve-Styles leading Snohomish with 10 points. Sienna Capelli with 7. Gildersleeve-Styles down low, gets another bucket. Give her 12 now for the game. That lead that was once 13 down to 6, 27-33. Cora Larson had 3 in the first half, as did Kendall Hammer. And Lola Rotondo, don't forget her, she had 2. Snohomish coming away with a steal there, trying to cut into this lead even more. Gildersleeve-Styles up on top. Bounce pass over to the left side to Hammer. Back up top to Capelli. Trying to slow things down a little bit. Lizzie Allen with the basketball right now, down to 13 on the shot clock. Ball gets away for a moment from Cora Larson. Gildersleeve-Styles back out. Ball is momentarily dropped by Allen. Hammer into the lane with 3 seconds to go. Underhand layup, and it just comes off the rim. Chance for Snohomish to cut that lead down to 4. It didn't quite happen. Kings with the basketball now. The long 3 ball from the wing. Rolls around and drops through. That's Molly Kyler. She's got 8 points now for the game. Kings lead back up to 9. Snohomish working the basketball around. Fans are starting to get into this one a little bit more now. There's a kick out. Hammer over to Allen. Left it short. And the rebound's going to come down to Adeline Cox, who's still looking for her first points of the night. Kaleo, left side, gets blocked by Capelli. Capelli thought she got all ball. Official said otherwise, and she's going to go to the line for her first 2 free throw attempts of the night.
Fouls on penalty number 13.
Did want to make sure that we mention this during the broadcast tonight, too, and pass along our condolences to Dave LaWarn's family. I know a lot of folks in the Snohomish community and other communities for that matter, too, right now, as Kaleo gets the first free throw to drop. A lot of people hurting right now. LaWarn, a very popular teacher here at Snohomish High School. Science teacher for many years, was also the cross-country head coach, was the track and field assistant coach, coaching with Dave Weller there. Longtime coach and teacher also at Mount Lake Terrace High School, my alma mater, so I know a lot of people that know Dave, and unexpectedly passed away during the break, and there's a 3 ball by Capelli. Shot it over the rim, and coming down with it is Kat Ellard. Memorial service is going to be held here in the gym for Coach LaWarn on Friday at 4 p.m. I have a feeling it's going to be packed. It should be anyway, as Kat Ellard misses that one. Not only the Snohomish and Mount Lake Terrace communities, but state champion cross-country runner at Edmonds back in the day, and just generally somebody who the entire cross-country community around here got to know and love. And his kids went through Snohomish too, so one of them's still here. So our thoughts and prayers go to the LaWarn family. We wanted to make sure we mentioned that during the broadcast. So certainly somebody that will not be forgotten anytime soon. Gildersleeve-Styles misses that shot. Kings already with an 11-point lead, looking to expand upon that. Kaleo getting double teamed there over on the right side. Nice job by Capelli. Poked the ball away for a moment. Anderson's going to go baseline. They're going to swing the ball around a little bit. Cox had it for a moment, kicked it over to Kyler. Anderson once again, 3 seconds left on the shot clock. Ball was partially blocked. Gets her own board, goes up, and draws another foul from Capelli. That time Capelli knew it, too. She's shaking her head, yes. So Capelli with her second foul, not only of the game, but over the last couple minutes. And Anderson, who is an 85-plus percentage free throw shooter on the season, already 2 for 2 tonight. Make it 3 for 3. That one is pretty there. Nothing but net. Hey, Todd, what's that T-shirt you got over here over my shoulder here?
Proud Parent.
Proud Parent T-shirt. Sponsored by?
Sponsored by McDaniels and Capelli.
Ooh, Capelli's on the floor.
Cabinet.
How about that?
Yeah.
Mom and Dad there. I see Mom over there watching the game. Mom also officiates a lot of games.
You know what's funny is, truthfully,
Stephanie,
I've seen the cabinets that Capelli puts in.
Mm-hmm.
Several, piles of parents here, but some of the coaches have had it done in their house, and they're just absolutely amazing.
Not bad, huh?
The real deal.
Real deal.
Yeah, they're not coming from IKEA.
Kat Ellard gets called with a foul. I don't know. I don't know if that's the ultimate compliment. Not coming from IKEA.
Well,
but no, I know what you mean.
These are handmade.
Handmade, and they look outstanding. Yeah, they
not hand put together.
Put a lot of craftsmanship into that.
Absolutely.
How's that sound? That's a big word for me, by the way, Todd. Anderson's swinging the ball around. Yeah, so Capelli, they've got the, and McDaniel, don't want to forget them, that they are sponsoring the Proud Parent shirt. If you know somebody at the game here that's a proud parent of a player, could be Kings, could be Snohomish, text them right now. Tell them to come up here. The first one that comes up here, we're going to give them a shirt. How does that sound?
Absolutely.
Going to find out if anybody is watching this game or not.
McDaniels, they've been with us since we started in 2009.
2009 and counting. By the way,
single season.
Rotondo got called for the foul. First for her. Third team foul already here in the quarter. Of course, the new rule this year, rather than, I guess they changed it more for the boys. The girls were already doing that. But 5 fouls and you're into the double bonus was new, I guess. But 2 away from that, and we still have over a half of a quarter left to play. Underneath there, the foul is going to be called before the shot, so basket does not count by Caitlin Kramer.
Well, if there wouldn't have been a foul, I kind of saw a little bit of travel there.
First, 14.
Lizzie Allen picks up the foul. That's 4 now, so 1 more in there in the bonus. Kramer with the ball over on that left wing, back up on top. Kat Ellard. Ellard's going to be playing college ball somewhere. Unless she just completely decides to go education. Like I said, 4.0 student. Down low, nice pass by Anderson. Ellard couldn't quite finish, though. A little bit too hard off the backboard. Capelli coming down, dishes to Gildersleeve. Styles misses the shot. Rotondo coming away with the rebound, and she's going to get fouled. Non-shooting foul on the play, however.
Fouls on Knights number 20.
And that one's going to be on Ellard. Ellard picking up her 3rd foul. Kind of doing our own stats up here, so sometimes we miss one, I'm not going to lie, but according to my stat sheet, that's the first player to have 3 fouls tonight. So Ellard might have to keep an eye on that a little bit. 13-point lead, however, for the Knights as Panthers look to get back into it. By the way, we've talked about that Stanwood game that's coming up here in 2 days. We should point out that's a doubleheader for you guys on STSPN. The girls playing at 6:30. That's here, right?
It is.
Yeah. So 6:30 on Thursday, the battle of the undefeated Wesco teams. And this is a non-conference game, so Snohomish will be undefeated regardless. And then the Snohomish Stanwood boys playing right afterwards at 8 o'clock. So tune in to STSPN on Thursday, and then you guys do another doubleheader on Friday, right?
That's correct. It's going to be...
Jackson?
Yeah, so Lake Stevens at Jackson.
Okay. That could be good, both boys and girls. So you got some good matchups coming up this weekend.
We do.
This week, I should say, Thursday, Friday. It's wishful thinking on my part calling that the weekend, but it doesn't quite work that way.
I'm trying to make up a little bit of ground because I was about 10 days of sickness. Kept us out of the gym.
Kept STSPN off the airwaves as Anderson hits the first free throw. 5 for 5 here in the quarter is Anderson at the line. As Layla King checking back into the game. Could hear the public address announcer, Joel Boyer, the OGBG they call him around here. Do you know what the OGBG stands for?
I have no idea.
I'll tell you here in just a second. Offensive board by number 21. That was Kylie Bankston. Unfortunately for Kings fans, Kramer misses the 3. They got their largest lead of the night right now, 14 with 3:03 to go third quarter. And Kings going to try to hold Snohomish here. Snohomish trying to get back in this game. The 3 ball up. That would do it. High up into the air and comes down and grabbed finally by Anderson for Kings. Not only does she score a lot, she also averages around 8.5 rebounds a game. She puts up the 3, misses it. Ball goes up, actually rolled off the back there for a moment of Allen as she and Layla King were both trying to get it. Joel Boyer, who's doing the PA announcing right now, he and Tall Tom Lafferty, the Snohomish County Hall of Famer, who's calling the game for you on Thursday and Friday, they kind of share the duties this year now that Ben Doucette has retired from that activity, among other things. And, hey, Ben, if you're watching, hope you're doing well. In the key, King, nice pass to Capelli down low. Give King the assist. Give Capelli the bucket. She's got 9 now, 41-23. So Joel Boyer used to be an assistant on Ken Roberts' staff. And Joel's a big guy, so when they needed to practice, he would be the big girl. They called him the BG, the big girl on the team. So whenever they needed to work out their power forward or their center, they would put Joel in there. And so the girls very affectionately refer to him now, and a couple of them were doing it earlier, calling him the OGBG, the original gangster big girl. Joel Boyer, I told him I worked that in for him. So
Well, he keeps coming up and saying, I'd love to come up and do color with you. I'd love to, do this and that. And I'm like, okay. Yeah.
He's a busy guy.
And he
does the games on KRKO with Tom when they get down to the 12.
Well, yeah, but it's Tom, see?
Yeah.
I'm still nobody in this industry.
Oh, that's not true. That's not true. Of course, I have to say that I'm trying to get in your good graces so I can do more games with you.
I'm sending you the schedule.
Making you laugh and cough all at the same time.
Well, that's why you can't laugh.
That's all I'm trying. Kings inbounding the basketball. Well, I can't wait to see where Kaleo ends up playing her college ball eventually. Only a junior, and then she's going to go down low and gets a bucket, as if on cue. She knew we were talking about her. She's got 7 points in the quarter. That's her first field goal, though. She was 5 for 5 from the free throw line. She's got 21 for the game now, which is just a smidge under half of King's points. Layla King goes up, double teamed, and she's going to draw a contact and go to the free throw line. See who they call that on. It looks like they're going to get
That was on Knights number 10, Kaleo
Anderson. Anderson was kind of behind her. Kramer was in front of her, and could have called that one almost on either one. So King yet to get on the board here tonight. Going to try that right now with these 2 free throw attempts. It's up. And gets that one to crawl right over the rim and through the cylinder. Of course, Gildersleeve Styles not going to get too much of a break there. She was on the bench for a brief moment. Now she's going right back in.
I can't never forget her performance in the playoffs last year at Districts.
You mean the game-winning putback bucket at the last second against Arlington?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, wasn't too bad, was it? I'm sure she never forgot it. Homecoming court this year. Got to interview her during one of the football games. We were there for the homecoming game. Homecoming royalty, I guess is what, I don't know if they called it, King Queens there. Long 2 on the play. That was Caitlin Kramer. She's got 4 points now. And we should mention Gildersleeve Styles. She's committed to play at Santa Clara next year. She's going to be a Bronco. Down low, speaking of Gildersleeve Styles. Turnaround shot, misses it. King with the rebound. Kick it out to Hammer for 3. In and out. Pops out. And Caitlin Kramer comes down with the board. Looks to push it. Kaleo Anderson and Capelli got a part of that ball. Partial block there, enough to make it miss.
Capelli's fun to watch. She's just full of energy.
Full of energy. She's all over the floor. You can tell, a cerebral player, too. So, yeah, definitely somebody who they rely on heavily. She almost got hurt in that game you guys did against GP. About 6 seconds in, I think she went down and kind of scared everybody, but she's back. Lizzie Allen left that one a little short. Guess who? Capelli with the rebound and very wisely dribbles around the defender, goes back up, misses it, but fights for her own board. We talked about her being fun to watch, and that's why Lizzie Allen for 3! Straightens it. Lizzie's first bucket of the game. 45-34 scores. We're down under 10 seconds to go here.
That'll make
in the third quarter.
Reel.
You think so? That was a pretty good shot, huh? There we go, Anderson. Kramer with a 3 to end the quarter. Misses it, and we are within 8 minutes of the end of regulation. We are heading to the fourth quarter after 3 here at Snohomish High School. Kings 45, Snohomish 34. You're watching STSPN.
At Capelli Cabinetry, it's not just wood. It's the start of something beautiful. Each grain tells a story, each piece crafted with care, because to us, it's more than just a cabinet. It's a legacy. Our passion is creating cabinetry that reflects your unique style and stands the test of time. Crafted in Snohomish, where every piece becomes a part of your story. Capelli Cabinetry, crafting excellence one cabinet at a time.
Bickford Ford is celebrating 90 years in business in Snohomish, Washington. When they opened their doors in 1934, things looked a little different. But their commitment to the community and their customers hasn't changed a bit. So when you're in the market for a new vehicle, electric, gas, or something in between, start at the place you can trust. Washington's #1 volume Ford dealership, Bickford Ford, on Bickford Avenue in Snohomish or online at bickford.net.
And we go into the fourth quarter of play. Kings holding on to the 11-point lead. Bickford Ford commercial there a minute ago. We like Bickford Ford.
Oh, yeah. Bickford's bought all my cars from. In fact, our our broadcast truck.
Is the big red truck,
Oh,
Bigford
yeah.
Ford truck?
Oh,
Nice. Of course it is. Kings working the ball around, almost threw that one away.
Got a good deal on it.
Eleanor Gatos into the game. I don't know that we've called her name yet tonight. Whistle blew. Let's see if they call it before or during the shot.
That foul's on Panthers number 11, Lizzie Allen.
Lizzie Allen getting called, and they will, in fact, say it was a shooting foul.
That's perfect because I'm trying to change the quarter.
Triaz Ruiz, give you a quick second to catch up, right? By the way, we were talking about how Tyler Gildersleeve-Styles is heading off to Santa Clara as Triaz Ruiz misses the first free throw. Sienna Capelli, she's going to be a Bengal. You know where that is?
A Bengal.
Idaho State University, home of the Bengals. Do you know what city that's in?
How about, does it start with a P?
It does start with a P, actually. Ends with an O.
Pocatello.
There you go. Nicely done. Todd Elvick for 200. 7:38 to go. Snohomish bringing the ball up the floor. In a play for Sablewski, 17-year coach. And Lola Rotondo getting the bucket, her first of the second half. She's got 4 points. Lizzie Allen gets the assist. The lead now down into single-digit territory. Kings working the ball around. Molly Kyler out on the wing has it. Over to Caitlin Kramer. Slowing the clock down there a bit, and why not? You've got the lead. No need to rush if you are the Kings Knights. Down to 3 on the shot clock. Let's see if they even realize that. And they're going to say held ball. Possession arrow Snohomish. 6:58 to go here. So Gildersleeve-Styles off to Santa Clara. Interesting situation there. The head coach there, Michael Floyd, ended up resigning a couple of months ago. Bill Carr resigned. Michael Floyd's the interim coach. A few of the coaches there have been there for 8+ years, though, so I'm guessing that she's in pretty good hands. I didn't get a chance. I was going to ask Tyler before the game if I got a chance to get around her, as that ball's knocked out of bounds. Rotondo had it last. Snohomish's last game was on Friday against Marysville Pilchuck. 66-8, by the way. Snohomish won, in case you're wondering.
66-8?
Pilchuck's having a rough year. They've been held to 8 3 times this year now. Gildersleeve-Styles, that ball got blocked, and yeah, we heard some skin from up here, and they did finally call Anderson on the foul, her second. So
That foul's on Knights number 10.
I don't know if she was able to make it or not. We'd love to ask her. Maybe if she gets player of the game and comes back and wins this thing, we can do it. But so Santa Clara, her future team, they played on the road. They had a little bit of a Northwest Coast swing the other day. They played Wazoo in Pullman, Washington State University, on Thursday. In fact, Santa Clara won that game, 68-62. And then on Saturday, played at Gonzaga. They lost that game, unfortunately for them, 82-56. I have a feeling Tyler maybe jetted over to one game and then maybe got back for the Marysville Pilchuck game, perhaps. So,
what's the new rule on blood? I think there's you got 30 seconds to get it.
I think it's 20 seconds.
20 seconds.
Yes. If you got blood on your, I think they'll stop the game for you for 20 seconds to see if you can quickly get it figured out. If not, you've got to come out of the game and you can always check back in.
Well, then I think we should get media timeouts too.
Gildersleeve-Styles makes the first, misses the second. Yeah, they're not concerned about your blood or mine, but and rightfully so, right?
Yes.
They've got bigger things to worry about. These players, of course. 8-point game now. This thing's getting close here all of a sudden. Nice job by Snohomish to put a little pressure on as Anderson looked for the back door there briefly, but it was cut off. Kramer, 3-ball, nothing but net. Huge shot right there. Talking about stopping the bleeding, that stopped it right there. Kings with an 11-point lead. We got a timeout. 6:16 to go. You're watching STSPN. Briefly, but it was cut off. Kramer, 3-ball, nothing but
best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from Les.
6:16 to go here in the fourth quarter. Kings Knights leading the Snohomish Panthers 48-37. Panthers basketball coming out of the timeout. Just talking about Sienna Capelli a minute ago going to Idaho State. I have a feeling that Haley Wright might have helped out with that decision. She was from Prosser and also Plays on the AAU team, the Northwest Blazers. I'm always curious as to what the connections are there. By the way,
are the mayor.
Idaho State, by the way, head men's basketball coach Ryan Looney, longtime coach at my alma mater, SPU, Seattle Pacific. Go Falcons. Rotondo gets a 15-footer to go. Her second bucket here in the fourth quarter. She's got 6 for the game. 48-39 score right now. Kings, by the way, they're playing their 4th Wesco game of the year. They've defeated Linwood and Kamiak, and they lost to Meadowdale 68-70. That was the game that Anderson had 40 in. They're also hosting Shorewood and Shorecrest later this month, so they're practically a Wesco team this year. Snohomish down by 9 and looking to cut into that deficit even more. Gildersleeve Styles kicks it out. Hammer thought about it. Lizzie Allen swings it over to Capelli. Rotondo cuts down low. Everybody touching this ball. 6 on the shot clock. Rotondo from 14 feet out. Bounces around and drops in.
That's good by Rotondo.
Lola Rotondo catching fire here. She's got 6 points in the quarter. We got a 7-point game all of a sudden. 48-41 score.
I don't know how I got 42.
Pass down low. Ellard stumbled a little bit, but got it to fall.
Number 20, Kat Ellard.
She's got her first points of the second half. She's got 11 for the game. Mentioned earlier, she averages right around 10. Gildersleeve Styles gets that one to fall. Count it. She's got 15 for the game, and she's going to go to the line to try to make it a 3-point play. By the way, I told him I'd do this, so I want to make sure we get this in here. We were talking about Dave LaWarn earlier, again, in the passing of the longtime Snohomish coach, Dan Taylor, the head coach for Kings, a guy who I've gotten to know fairly well over the years, and I just think the world of both these head coaches, by the way. Could talk to Ken Roberts and Dan Taylor all day long. As Gildersleeve Styles gets that one to go. Dan did mention that they had a little bit of a rough patch over his winter break. His father-in-law, Vince Cisa, passing away on Christmas. So I want to give a shout-out to Dan's family and let them know that we're thinking about them this week as well. Ellard, shot was blocked by Rotondo. A 6-point lead for Kings, and Snohomish is going to try to cut into that deficit even more. And, of course, guess who? Gildersleeve Styles misses it, goes back up, dives to the floor, and is not able to come away with it. Anderson looking to push on the other end. Ellard on the right side. Steal by Hammer. 1-on-1 with Cox. Puts it up, leaves it short. Gets her own rebound, puts it back up, and can't get that one to go. Snohomish in the last 2 possessions had 3 good looks. Just couldn't quite get it to fall into the basket. We got a game going here, folks. 3:47 to go, fourth quarter. 50-44. Kings taking their time right now. Anderson averages 22 points a game. She's getting near that with 21 tonight. Shot was blocked by Capelli. Knocked out to Rotondo. Back to Capelli looking to push. Down the right side. Kicks it into the key. Gildersleeve Styles. Up and in. Capelli with another assist. Gildersleeve Styles with a bucket. 4-point deficit now for the Panthers.
This is where the Panthers get really dangerous.
You do not want to ever count them out. 3-ball up and nothing but net. Molly Kyler's hit 3 trays tonight. She shoots around 33% for the season. And you do not want to leave her open. The game now back up to a 7-point Kings lead. Back down to Gildersleeve Styles. Left hand rolls off. Had the look she wanted. We got ourselves a fun one here in the fourth quarter. Cleo Anderson slowing things down a bit. Finds Ellard in the key. Blocked by Allen, but they're going to say she made contact as well.
That foul's on Panthers number 11, Lizzie Allen, her third.
Lizzie Allen picking up her 3rd foul of the game.
Through the line, Kat Ellard.
And Kat Ellard, who's a pretty darn good free throw shooter. We mentioned it earlier. 2 for 2 tonight, and we might have just announced her, jinxed her. Missed the first one. 2:32 to go. Dan Taylor meeting with a few of his players at center court. Gets the next one to go. Substitution called there for a brief moment as Cora Larson checks back in for the Panthers.
Now, is she related to what Larson?
Cora and Layla are sisters, number 4 and number 10. And their mom, Sarah is the athletic trainer here at the school.
Was it, is that Dave Larson?
And I always get confused. I don't know that they're related. And then there's Jeff Larson, who's the boys coach, not related to any of the Larson girls out there. But they're all friends, I'm told. There's a 3-ball! Hit it! Cora Larson! They're all related right now. They're all having a good time. It's Larson's, it's Panthers. It's a 5-point game. 2 minutes to go now. We just hit the 2-minute mark.
Yeah, I think that's one of our short-time sponsors. Grant Hardwood
Anderson, showing why she's one of the top players in the state. We love our sponsors.
Oh, yeah.
Now she's got 23. Now just a smidge over her season average. Nice pass down low. Capelli couldn't finish. Big miss there for Snohomish trying to get back into this game. And a timeout is called. Are we going to keep it here?
Sure.
Let's keep it here. Let's talk about a few things. Interesting to note, we touched upon this real briefly, but they went to a Wesco 3A North and South division this year. So the teams are going to play each other rather than play like 14 teams once. You're in a division of 6 or 7, depending on which division you're in. You play everybody twice. But the nice thing is, and I'm glad they're doing this, they're still going to have a committee get together at the end of the season and seed teams. So we're going to have a 12-team district playoff. 4 will come out of that to go to state. So, for instance, Stanwood and if it turns out they look like they're the 2 best teams in Wesco this year, they'd be the number 1 and 2 seeds. So,
well, I got to tell you that I think I would like to charge Wesco for the changes or WIAA because every time they go to this north-south, then we have to change the website because when you go to do a search for a team, sometimes it's north-south.
You can tell which side of you're on the production side. I'm on the announcer side. You're thinking about it from the STSPN, which I don't blame you. You guys do have to worry about things like that, don't you? But from a basketball standpoint, and I know a lot of the coaches are excited, especially if you've got a really good, strong rivalry. You lose that first game in the early or mid part of the season, you get another shot at that team later on down the road. So the flip side of that is you don't get to see as many teams, at least not until you get to districts. But
what I like is that they added teams to the 4A.
That's true, too.
Because now you're not playing.
I'm focused on these guys right now for tonight's sake.
Well, no, that's true, but I'm just saying that.
But the thing about it now is that looking at it from this standpoint, these games, in a way, they kind of matter as Anderson gets fouled. We'll talk about that here in just a second. Danica Avianolos, or back into the game for the first time tonight, she gets called for the foul, her first. So what happens now is when they get together, potentially the committee might take these games into consideration. So it's not just your Wesco games.
Does it RPI? No.
It's not RPI. That's what I'm saying. It's a committee this year. So what they will do, and I can really go into the deep weeds here on you if you really want it, but there's 4 teams that play up north in the Northwest League that are 3A teams. You got Ferndale, Oak Harbor, Mount Vernon, and Cedro Woolley. 3 of those 4 teams get brought into the district tournament, 9 from Wesco. That equals the 12. But the committee's going to sit down and determine once they get their 12, okay, let's rank these teams 1 through 12, and that's where they're going to be seated. So they could take these kind of games into account. So this is not a nothing game by any means. As quick foul there, we're down to 1:11 to go now, and Snohomish trying to get the ball back, desperately needing to foul to put Kings at the line, and they're going to send Molly Kyler to shoot the 2 free throws.
Now, why do they go back and forth between committee and RPI?
It's a good question. It's a fair question. I guess it just different people come and go into leadership roles, and people have different opinions and says, and you get to a certain point a few years down the road where people start clamoring for what they had before or maybe a different variation of it. And this time around they wanted to go to – and I think part of that has to do also with the fact that you started to add the Archbishop Murphys a few years ago, and 3A kind of expanded, even though I know 2 of the 3A teams went 4A this year. But you got so many teams now that it's hard to get all those in if you're just one big conference. So they often elect to divide it in half, so to speak, and just play divisions. And it's also better proximity-wise. You're playing teams closer to home and saves on the travel a little bit, keeping the kids closer to home. There we go. TGS, another one. Tyler Gildersleeve Styles. Have her unofficially at 20 now for the game. 58-51.
Ooh, they got her trapped over there.
So Snohomish getting ready for their big Wesco game against Stanwood on Thursday. Kings is going to be at home against Southridge coming up this week.
Kaleo Anderson to the line, shooting 2.
Somewhere in this stack of papers I've got here, we've got that game coming up for you. 7:15, I believe, on Friday. Kings boys tonight, they are at the Northwest School playing this evening, so hopefully the Knights are doing well there. Coach Stack and his crew.
At the Northwest School.
The Northwest School, yeah. It's down in right off First Hill. Matter of fact, you know who, I got a little note on that here. Some great musicians have come out of that school. Stone Gossard from Pearl Jam.
Nice.
He's an alum. Steve Turner from Mudhoney. Jason Finn from the Presidents of the United States.
Is that private school?
Private school, yep.
Yeah.
Small private school, I think located just up on the hill. A relatively new, only about 40 years old. 60-51 now as Snohomish misses a few shots.
Yeah, I don't know if 40 years is a young school,
is it? 40 years? Well, I mean, this school here has been around for over 100, right?
Well, right. But you got Getchell that's new, and you got...
Well, that's fair, sure. I always think of your blue bloods, if you will. Kings just going to hold on to this basketball and let it clock run out. Knights are about to improve to 7-3 on the year. Snohomish takes the loss, and that'll do it. 60-51 is your final score. I think we might have to grab Kaleo Anderson as our player of the game. What do you think? 23 points. So we're going to take a break right now. When we come back, we'll have our player of the game interview, and to wrap things up from Snohomish High School, you're watching STSPN. Corner shot. Caitlin Kramer misses, but right there to pick it up and put it in is caught. Snohomish looking to take the lead. Pass forward. Gildersleeve Styles lays it up and in to take the lead. 4-4 game. Anderson with a 3-ball. Nothing but the Anderson again. Nice job on TGS. A little flip over to her. So he missed it. Absolutely important. Anderson down low. I didn't have the right month, but I had the right day of the month. Capelli, 8-footer, floater, swish. Snohomish coach as Anderson works that out. 3-ball up in the air. She hit to play. 14-6 lead. Snohomish working the ball around. Nice little pop-up as far. And now make it 5. There we go. Molly Kyler with a 3-ball. Sleeve Styles on the other end. Slows it down. Goes up underneath the defender and lays it in. Tom Lafferty, the Hall of Famer, will be on the call. There's a 12-footer from the side. And 2 seconds to go. Allen throws it in. Capelli with an open look. It's it. Setting up the offense. Styles says, I'll take this long two, and she drains it. It was Ellard, long 3, a few feet behind the line, and she drains it. I almost called you Tom. I did.
We're all one community here.
3-ball up, swish. Largest lead of the night for Kings, 27-17. Hammer on the other side. Hammer time. Misses it, comes down with her own board, drives into the lane, goes up underneath, and lays it up and in. Games this year. Dan Taylor says, you know what, I'll take it. And there's a nice play there. Yeah, nice job by Snohomish working it around. The 3-ball is up. 3 points. Sienna Capelli with 7. Gildersleeve Styles down low, gets another bucket. Kings with the basketball now. The long 3-ball from the wing. Watch, I hope you're doing well. In the key. King, nice pass to Capelli down low. Playing her college ball eventually. Only a junior, and then she's going to go down low and gets a bucket. As we talked about her being fun to watch, and that's why. Lizzie Allen for 3! Briefly, but it was cut off. Kramer, 3-ball. Nothing but Looney. Longtime coach at my alma mater, SPU, Seattle Pacific. Go Falcons. Ball. 6 on the shot clock. Rotondo from 14 feet out. Bounces around and drops it. Pass down low. Ellard stumbled in. Gildersleeve Styles gets that one to ball countish. Down the right side, kicks it into the key. Gildersleeve Styles up and in. I want to ever count them out. 3-ball up and nothing but net. Girls out there, but they're all friends, I'm told. There's a 3-ball. Better proximity-wise, you're playing teams closer to home and saves on the travel a little bit, keeping the kids closer to home. Corner shot. Caitlin Kramer misses, but right there to pick it up and put it in is caught. Snohomish looking to take the lead. Pass forward. Gildersleeve Styles lays it up and in to take the lead. 4-4 game. Anderson with a 3-ball. Nothing but the Anderson again. Nice. And welcome back from Snohomish High School. Final score once again, the Kings Knights defeating the Snohomish Panthers 60-51. Unofficially tonight, Kaleo Anderson with 23 points, right around her average. And you are the player of the game. First of all, Kaleo, congratulations on the victory tonight.
Thank you.
Interesting season for you guys. I was talking with Coach Taylor earlier today. He mentioned that a lot of the teams in the Emerald Conference are kind of dodging you guys, so you kind of get to set your own schedule.
Yeah.
And you're playing against a lot of bigger schools and schools that are prominent schools.
Yeah.
Does kind of sharpening iron, so to speak? I mean, what's it like playing against all these teams?
Yeah, for sure. I think it's definitely helpful playing against these bigger schools. I think preparing us for those bigger, tougher teams in the Dome. So I think it's great that we get opportunities to play these bigger schools.
And you and I were just talking a minute ago. We mentioned it during the broadcast earlier. The Northwest Blazers, that's your select team that you play for. You got a few familiar faces out here tonight, right?
Yes, I played with Sienna for almost 10 years now. So
Yeah, and now I know, is Molly on playing for the Northwest also?
Molly plays for Northwest Blazers. So
kind of a family affair. What's it like playing against Sienna? Do you guys enjoy playing against one another?
I think we always think it's funny. We go back and forth, who can block each other. I mean, she's very athletic, so she swatted me a couple times tonight. So I was like, oh.
It was an interesting game. You would kind of build a lead, they'd kind of reel it back in, and then you might hit a big three here and there. Talk a little bit about the flow of this game tonight. You knew they weren't going to go away, I guess, right?
Yeah, for sure. We knew this was going to be a tough team. We beat them last year, so we knew they were going to come back hungry. So I think just starting off, hitting them first, and not backing down.
I got to ask you about the Meadowdale game. 40 points. You think about all the players that have come through the Kings program. And Savannah Hansen, who was a pretty darn good player herself, a Division I player, you broke her record. That record had stood for quite a while. Talk a little bit about what that means to have that record now. I mean, I've got to think that was something that was maybe on the horizon for you at some point. You kind of knew that might happen eventually.
Yeah, for sure. That was definitely a big goal of mine. I think coming through this season, I knew I was ready to break records. So I was just grateful that I had the opportunity and that all the family could be there. And it was actually our reunion night, so alumni were coming. So it was just a big thing, and I was really grateful I was able to do it that night.
By the way, as I'm talking to her, I see out of the corner of my eye something's happening. It looks like the Northwest Blazers are right down here. So there we go. We got the AAU squad right down there. Just put them on camera real quick. You got support all over the place. What's it mean to have that?
I think it's great. I think Northwest Blazers have definitely done that for me for a while now. I mean, that's my first Northwest Blazers AAU coach down there. Those are 7th graders that I've helped coach, so I think family means everything to me.
How much have you learned about the game of basketball as a coach? I mean, obviously you're out here playing it all the time. What have you kind of picked up along the way?
Yeah, I think I definitely got to be easier on them because it's hard. It's hard.
Is she a good coach? Is she a good coach? They're all giving me thumbs up, so apparently you're doing something right. Only a junior. I know this question probably comes up from you from time to time. I think currently you're ranked as the number 3 player in the class of 2026 in the state of Washington. Schools are already calling. What are you? I know you haven't made a decision yet. What are you looking for in a school?
I'd say just that family aspect like I talked about earlier. That's the biggest thing for me. So I think somewhere where it feels like a second home. And I know for my mom that's a huge thing too. So just going somewhere where I know I'll be supported academically, mentally, athletically.
Well, and just talking to you, we can tell you're very articulate. You go to Kings, so obviously you have to put in the work there anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
So I would imagine school is very important to you. Do you kind of know what you want to study later on down the road, or is it too early?
I think I want to go into something in psychology, maybe forensics or sports psychology.
Okay. You guys had a pretty cool trip recently.
Yes.
You get to go to Hawaii.
Yeah, that was a big trip for us. That was super fun. Played 3 games. Didn't go as well as we wanted. We went 1 and 2, but I think those were big learning moments for us.
Huge teams down there. I mean, really a state champion team and another one that almost made it. So, favorite part of the trip?
Just spending time with the team, going to the beach every day.
Not bad, right?
Yeah, not a bad life.
What is the goal for this Kings team right now? What's realistically I mean, obviously you're one of the top teams in the state. Is it state championship or bust, or what are we looking at right now?
I'd say, yeah, definitely a state championship. I think this team definitely has the potential to go all the way and win it all. So I think just keep getting that 1% better every practice and continue to grow.
Seems to be working. Well, we've got a T-shirt for you here, so I think we've got it somewhere. Todd, where's our sponsors on here too? So you get the MVP, the Bickford Ford shirt. So
thank you.
Congratulations on that. And Mom's here somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Your fan base from the Blazers are here.
Hold that up.
Oh, there we go. We need to get a picture of you holding that shirt too. And we got one for Mom too, right? Is this Mom's shirt?
Is that it? I think that's it. Let's see.
What's that? Here, Mom. Yep. Proud parent of a student athlete. There you go. Courtesy of McDaniel's. Do it in Capelli Cabinetry. Can we got to talk to Mom here for a second too, don't we? I mean, after the photo.
Here
look at those two big smiles. Here. So, we got another headset here. We're gonna.
Here, do you want to sit down?
Fortunately, I've known Dan Taylor for a long time, so he'll hold the bus for you. No worries there.
Yeah.
Hi, Mom. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
This young lady, she's impressive. I mean, not only what she does on the court, but we just got a chance to talk to her for a few minutes. How proud are you?
Oh, I don't know, it's undeniable. She just is a hard worker. She's a great human and a great teammate, so super proud.
I've got to think that your heart kind of swells a little bit, too, when you see the Blazers down. The younger Blazers coming here to support her and everything else. So
it was a surprise to both Kaleo and Sienna, along with Molly and everyone else. So they're sweet girls for coming to support the team.
So when did you know she was a pretty good basketball player?
Still to be determined. No, just kidding. She's always been very naturally athletic from an early age, and has worked really hard at her skill and her talent. So
now the 40-point game, were you counting? Do you keep track of her points during the game, or?
I lose track. I'm good in the first, 5 or so, and then I get overly excited and lose track of points. But that was a surprise. I forgot all about that record. So it was a great win to celebrate, great thing to celebrate for her.
Did Mom get to go on the Hawaii trip too, or did she?
Yes, our whole family went. We actually, in the stands, we're originally from Hawaii, and a lot of our family still lives down there. So we had a whole student section, 40 Hawaiians.
Oh, nice.
Down there
40
watching basketball.
That had to be fun for you then, getting the family together and watching her.
It was.
They don't get to see her very often, right?
It was so sweet of all of our family, and we just send little messages here and there that we'll be here. Or like at Christmas, we saw the family and we're like, Kaleo has a game tomorrow. So whoever is able to show up, come support the Kings Knights. And we had a good crowd show up. So that was truly a blessing.
Very nice. I asked her about this already a little bit. I want to get Mom's perspective. What do you want to see her in terms of when she starts looking at colleges? What would you like to see in terms of what she takes into account when she's making that selection?
Family is really big for us. So somewhere that, she can feel at home for the 4-year term that she's there, that she'll get the full support of not only having the education, the basketball piece, but also, another extended family that will take her in under her wing is really what we're looking for. So
outstanding. We didn't even get Mom's name, by the way. So
I'm Heather.
Heather. So we got Heather, Kaleo. We got a victory for the Kings Knights. Again, very nice to meet you, and congratulations on everything you've accomplished so far. And I have a feeling we're just starting to see it. It's not even to the tip of the iceberg yet. So
thank you so much.
Thank you for being here. Heather, thank you for your time tonight.
Appreciate it.
Congratulations on the victory, and best wishes to Kings.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you. So
Happy New Year to you guys.
Happy New Year to you. Thank you very much. So Kaleo, Heather, they get a victory tonight. Dan Taylor gets a win, and we thank them. And we'll let her go join her teammates. Thanks again. And fun game tonight, Todd. I mean, again, it looked early on like they might pull away. Snohomish kind of comes back a little bit. Happy to see Snohomish come through at the end and show a little bit better, too. Again, these games might matter when they come to the seeding, but the big one is on Thursday again. So, folks, if you are a Snohomish girls basketball fan, tune in on Thursday. That game is huge against Stanwood. So,
and it's going to be good for Snohomish.
And it's good for Snohomish. Yep. Oh, you're talking about the boys' game now. I was talking about the girls. Yeah, we shifted gears there. Yeah, so Snohomish and Stanwood, two teams that are trying to get their feet underneath them and trying to build. So, again, doubleheader on Thursday. So make sure 6:30 the girls, 8 o'clock the boys. Todd Elvick, I know he's off right now, so he's got the headphones off. But I'm just going to thank you for tonight. This was a fun evening. Enjoyed being with you. It's been a while, so glad we were able to catch up. Happy New Year to you and your family. He's a grandpa now, too. I love seeing the videos of him and his grandkids. So outstanding. Again, I'm about to sign off now, but for everybody involved, for everyone back in the big red truck, for Todd Elvick, for me, Steve Willits, thank you so much for watching tonight. Once again, the final score, Kings 60, Snohomish 51. I did want to say one other thing I'll give a shout-out to. 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago now, and I went back and watched it the other day. Todd, I'm about to get misty-eyed here. I hope not. But went back and watched one of our broadcasts we did. We broadcasted a district championship game, Stanwood girls versus Arlington. Arlington won that game. They were hoisting the trophy at Everett Community College. After the game, I was down on the floor doing the post-game interviews. Tom Lafferty was calling the game. One of the young ladies that I interviewed, doing it already. One of the young ladies I interviewed, and it's one of my favorite interviews ever. I've interviewed thousands of people over the years for things, but I remembered this one and knew exactly where to go to find it. Was a young lady, played for Arlington by the name of Hannah Rourke. Had a big game that night, diving for loose balls. She was just enthusiastic, full of energy. Hannah lost her battle with cancer the other day. And part of this job that it makes it a little rough sometimes. We get to meet a lot of really neat, nice people. some of them leave before their time. But to Hannah Rourke's family, I know they're not watching this. It's an Arlington broadcast, but certainly I did want to pass along my condolences because she was a really neat young lady. Her brother Gavin, baseball player and wrestler at Arlington, he was on our KRKO Prep Sports Weekly show a couple of times in the past, and was very sad to hear that. So just want to send my condolences to them too. So,
well, I think that what it really means is the fact that we get to cover these kids, and whether they are the player of the game or not, I think that this goes out there and it stays there forever.
Yeah,
so she'll live on. Everybody can go watch her. They can celebrate her life.
Yeah.
We've got kids on the other end of the spectrum that get an MVP, and that's their 15 minutes of fame. They'll go on to do great things, but you can't take this high school experience away from them.
Yeah. So, again, 3 years ago, or 2.5 years ago now, or almost 3 years ago, we were celebrating with her. She was holding up a trophy and big smiles on her face. Now she's no longer with us, but certainly we hope she's in a better place. So, Hannah, we're thinking about you. We're thinking about your family, the Rourkes. And, again, I didn't want to leave it on too sad of a note, but I didn't want to throw that out before I left tonight. But, again, King 60, Snohomish 51, 2 great doubleheaders coming up Thursday and Friday on STSPN. Please tune in. And, Todd Elvick, we'll talk again soon.
Absolutely. You're going to be here several more times because I've got opening spots on the schedule for you.
Sign me up. Let's do it. So we'll talk again soon. Once again, final score, King 60, Snohomish 51. Have a good night.
First of all, congrats on the big win. Yeah, thank you. So what was it like getting the job done in front of those rowdy fans
Boucher,
here?
Right?
Yeah.
16 points. And great job from the fella. You got your teammate here, too.
I got it. Siobhan, brother.
So
I gotta see
Siobhan
right
Adams
now,
here.
and all my teammates are
Siobhan
kind of
also
crowding
had
me at the end.
a good ball
Coach got a
game
little
with
mad about
6
that 'cause,
points.
you know,
You guys got it done. How do you feel?
Pretty good.
How about that coming
Say it
up
again?
to the United States?
right?